Scrape, scrape.
To lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. I'm sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running. Toes they gonna take it.
This is what we got to tell.
I've been doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. Well, first place in the NFC East, Joe Jordan. Second place in the NFC officially. Third place in the league, Joe Jordan. Excited today, man. We got a great episode for y'all today. It's Friday. You know, a lot of y'all got, you're probably off tomorrow. It's you probably go out and have some fun. I don't know what you're going to do today, but it's Friday and people just generally feel better on Fridays. I got two more bros with me, but y'all know the drill. Before we introduce the superstars, we got to talk about what we're going to talk about today. Let me let y'all know. Number one. See, I ain't understand what you said, but I'm going to take it as a threat. All right, so I'm going to throw a shot later on. But number one, the Vikings lose 2 straight, lose to the Rams. But is that more so saying good Rams or bad Vikings? We got to talk about that. Cowboys and 49ers. We talked about Brock and Dak yesterday, but they got a big game this week in Sunday Night Football in San Francisco. Who wins that game? 49ers or Cowboys? I love to hear from my brother, see what they think about their own teams. Commanders and the Bears. Shaden Davis practiced today. He's questionable. It's going up a little bit. He might play. Who wins that game in the rookie battle? First overall and second overall. Now you average top 5 MVPs in the NFL. Haven't done one in a while. This one gonna be exciting. I can't wait to talk about it. And lastly, a quick news. We gotta give our, who we think is gonna win the World Series. All right, which kicks off today. Well, which
It's today.
it's tonight. What is it? It's tip-off. Football kickoff. Is it hit off?
Just say it. At bat. Just go at bat.
I don't think you want to say hit off.
Yeah,
Hey.
Family show.
yeah.
Oh, see, hey, fix your mind. All right, it's the brain cell, son. It's the brain cell. But look, I got 2 of my bros with me. I got my boy Davey Dollars, 49ers fan, and Mr. Doghouse himself. He has an episode streaming tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure you guys tune into that. And I got my other bro, Mr. Get Done Son himself, Tomo, co-host of In the Red Corner. They just had an episode last Sunday. Cowboy fan representing. How y'all doing, fellas?
Doing good, man. Superstar number 2 here. How superstar number 1 doing?
I'm doing good, man. And that's what I said. I said, now we superstars. That's what I said.
That's what yesterday.
No, you didn't.
Go back and watch the episode. I said I got before I introduced the 2 superstars. I did. Go back and watch it.
Okay.
I heard under 500 Dave. I heard that.
Oh, I said that too.
Pardon me, real quick. I got a feast on these Cowboys, real quick.
Ooh!
That winning taste against the Cowboys. I'm just so used to it. So,
like, for real, what we doing?
So good. Gotta make sure I wash it down with my coconut water. That's how good it was. But man, look, I'm
excited. Got some electrolytes in there.
Definitely does. Michael Parsons needed, but he ain't gonna be there Sunday. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
I'm about to say I got me some emergency, for your boy. Trying to get a little cough or something. I'm just saying.
For the hot towers here.
Man, today gonna be a great show, man. I'm excited about this. I'm excited to see Joe explain his not so average top 5 MVP. That's what I'm really here for. Because if y'all don't know by now, you know who he got up there in that top 5. So if you don't, then you're gonna find out today. All I'm gonna say is make sure you enjoy the show. Shout out to all the shows in the network. Shout out to Lambo Anlo on the intro and Ed Hahn on the logos, of course. Let's have a great show. It's Friday. People are out already, of course. Happy hour started around 4 or 5 o'clock. It's happy hour now on Earth 12.
Ooh.
So what they do on Thursday night, going into Friday, Friday into Saturday, and Saturday into Sunday, and even Sunday at tailgate, they turn up, man.
Turn me up, 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 up.
Jody, do your thing.
Listen, y'all, we are streaming this on 3 platforms: YouTube, Facebook, and X. So make sure y'all like the video on all 3 of the platforms. Make sure you follow and subscribe on all of our social media platforms. You can find us everywhere at Refuse to Lose Sports, but on X is at R2L Sports. So subscribe and follow on all of the platforms. And listen, share this video with somebody so they could come on and watch this show live with you, because you can be involved in the show by being in the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. Shout out to my brother, Jacob. No pun. All right, my brother, Jacob, Vikings fan. I don't know if this emoji is because you're angry after the result of last night. I don't know, that's a face mask in front of you getting pulled up. I don't know what that emoji supposed to be saying. But shout out to my boy, brother Jacob, being the first comment. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, floor is yours.
Ooh.
Is he playing? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to look for the flag. I grabbed my whistle, but I'm trying to look for the flag. I don't know what's going on. All I'm saying is I see a couple conversations about Thursday night football. They always talk about how Amazon needs to do a little bit better with the production. So maybe the ref had a bad angle, because sometimes on Amazon they show you bad angles of the plays, but then they go back and replay and they show the ref was just like this. He kind of remind me of your friend Joe. He was watching the play like this, and it was just like, I don't see nothing. And he was like, you sure you don't see nothing? Because his jersey was facing this way, but his helmet was turned to the side. I ain't gonna say too much, man. Last night we had the Minnesota Vikings suffer another defeat after starting off on that red hot start. But then we also seen the Rams, who lost a lot of their wide receivers. I mean, basically a few of their players, find a way to get them back on the field and then show what they were actually capable of. Some would say it was the Vikings coming back down to earth, or maybe it was the Rams just being the Rams. Maybe they had too much in their cup, but Puka Nacua didn't say too much. 30-20, the Rams win and find a way to keep the San Francisco 49ers reeling in that division. But Joe, what does this game really say? Was it really just good Rams, or was it bad Vikings?
I'm going to say good Rams and bad Vikings defense. Let me say that. So, all right, this start here. First of all, shout out to Tomo Dave. Finesse the system. Puka ain't gonna play. Oh, you know what? He gonna play, but he gonna be limited on the snaps. Man, this man Puka Nacua. Shout out to him, my fantasy team, by the way. First over hour. This man has 7 receptions, 9 targets, which is the most out of anybody on the team. 106 receiving yards, no touchdowns. But he was key that game. He was big. Cooper Kupp, first game back, 5 receptions, 51 yards, and a TD. So 8 targets. DeMarcus Robinson, 2 receptions, 35 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Now, when this Rams team, first of all, last year, we all saw it. They started off 3-6. They got blown out by the Cowboys. They got blown out basically by the Eagles. They lost some games early, 3-6. They made a change to put Kyron Williams as the starting running back. And remember, Cooper Kupp was dealing with an injury also early in the year last year. And what happened? They turned up, was 1 point away, 2 points away from beating the Detroit Lions. And I would have picked them over the Bucks. All right. So to get to the NFC Championship game. So the Rams are dangerous. The Rams are dangerous. When they're healthy, they have the weapons, they have the coaching, Sean McVay, the play caller, and they have that guy, number 9, Matthew Stafford, who could throw that rock. But the Vikings defense, the first 5 games, they allowed 15 points. But Joe, who they play? They play some good teams.
Who did they play, Joe?
Huh?
Who did they play, Joe?
Yeah, they played some good teams. They they play the Giants. They played. I don't have a schedule for me. They played the Texans. They played the Packers. They played. I'm saying the 49ers. They played some good teams. All right. For those who don't know, David is a 49ers fan, and Tomo was literally pointing at David because he wanted me to say the 49ers.
Do y'all play them this year? That's all I need to know. Do y'all play them this year?
Who?
Us?
You?
Who, me or,
it ain't about us. It's about the Vikings defense right now.
I don't want to hear that.
I don't think they play them.
Y'all better beat them if y'all play them.
No.
Who did they play, Joe? Why you thinking about us? Don't worry about us. Who did they play?
Yeah, don't play them.
We don't. I'm looking at it. We don't. We play y'all. That's why we don't play them.
Y'all play the Packers.
You got smoked.
No.
Y'all got smoked by the Lions already. So it's
y'all play the Lions. Yeah, y'all play the Lions. Yeah, y'all play the Lions. All right. Anyways, first 5 games they allow 15 points a game. The last 2 games, 30.5 points per game. So shout out to my boy, brother Dave Jacob. He told me personally, he was like, our defense is too gimmicky. People could figure it out. That's what he told me as a Vikings fan. Last 2 weeks, granted, against the Detroit Lions, this is a really good team, and against the Rams, who helped, they could be a really good offense team. But when I watched that game, it was a lot of like this in the secondary. A lot of this in the secondary. A lot of confusion in the secondary. Sean McVay dialing stuff up. So I would say, and the guy who I was waiting to fold was Sam Darnold, and I thought he had a pretty good game, in my opinion. I thought he had he played good. 18 for 25, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns. And they started out, but it wasn't really him, though. I'm not going to put it on him. I mean, the receiver dropped the pass that could have been a first down, but instead they had to set up for a field goal. So things happened that game. Then he got face masks at the end of the game. I wanted to see him have a chance to try to get them back. But the offense still looks good. Aaron Jones still running the ball, even though they did a good job, Aaron Jones, in the second half of that game. But I want to say bad Vikings defense and really and dangerous Rams.
Go ahead, Dave. I'm gonna let you respond to the comment first.
I'm ignoring everything that Ty says whenever he talking trash. Like I said, he just upset because I stated a fact about Halliburton not playing in the Olympics. He just sat on the bench, just like Udonis has.
Every sport because of Halliburton.
Exactly, just because of that. All because I stated a fact. That's how you know somebody butthurt. But Joe, I agree with you. But I did some research too, though. Because the last time the Vikings went 5-0 was 2016.
Oh, don't remind us.
Last time they went 5-0 was 2016. Who was their quarterback? Sam Bradford. And now look, their quarterback is Sam Darnold, and they're 5-0. Now, if you look at, I know that they didn't play at the same school, but if you look at how they were talked about coming out of school, it's pretty much the same thing. Mm-hmm. Sam Darnold was the number 1 overall pick. Sam Darnold, he was supposed to be the guy. He was supposed to be a star. Same thing for Sam Bradford. He was supposed to be a star. He was supposed to be a star. But you want to know what happened in that schedule in 2016, and you want to know how that team looked in 2016? Guess what? That team was also led by the defense. Isn't that funny? So their first 5 games in 2016, they played the Titans, beating 25-16. Not too bad. Only allowed 16 points. Then they played the Green Bay Packers, won 17-14. Then they played the Carolina Panthers, beat them 22-10. They're not allowing nothing over 16 points. They played against the New York Giants, beat them 24-10. Played against the Houston Texans, beat them 31-13. Then they went on a bye week. You think they come off the bye week, they should still be good. They go on to lose 4 straight games after that. 20-10 to the Eagles, 20-10 to the Bears. They're losing overtime to the Detroit Lions, and then they lost against Washington 26-20. They lost 8 of their last 11 games in that season.
It's like a team I know. Go ahead.
It's a little crazy. It's a little crazy. Joe, you know, it sounds like a team I know too.
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness. They play in the NFC East, don't they?
Oh my gosh.
What team is that?
Oh my goodness.
Hold on.
They said
I know the
don't
team.
they? Yeah, you know it. Yeah.
Hold on, Dave. Let's do these two chats quick. Real quick, Dave. Yeah, it's my brother right here. It's my youngest brother. Shout out to my brother, Dimitri. Obviously, he's a Steelers fan. Him and Vaughn are Steelers fans. 199 Super Chat. Steelers to the Super Bowl. Shout out to you, Dimitri. And then Ty just being petty. He don't probably know who Dimitri is. Tyrone Parker. 199 Super Chat. Dimitri on some strong stuff. Ain't no way. Hashtag ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, boy. I go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
But yeah, man, that schedule of theirs they went on to lose to the Detroit Lions again, so they got swept by the Lions that season. So I mean, Vikings, look out, you might get swept by the Lions this year. Lost against Dallas 17-15. You know, they only beat one team in the NFC East that year, and that was the Giants. That was the only team they beat.
Chill.
They lost against everyone else.
Who's the quarterback?
Who they beat this year?
This year they beat the Giants. They beat the Giants this year.
Oh man!
So to me, it just seems like that is going to be an ongoing thing. So, but I'm in agreement with Joe. That defense definitely was gimmicky. But also to Brother Jacob's point, yeah, the young quarterbacks have a difficult time with that. Purdy had a difficult time with that. He didn't know what he was doing when it comes to that defense. Purdy he's just in year 3. People are forgetting that. He's only in year 3. He had a difficult time with that. If you look at all the other quarterbacks they play, you know, they play Bryce Young. I mean, it's Bryce Young. You know what? The only one you can't say that about is Daniel Jones, but it's Daniel Jones. So he's just that bad.
But
he's that bad. CJ Stroud, also young. He only been there for this is just his second season. Just his second season. So that's very true. Now, even though there are a lot of similarities between this team and the team in 2016, I do think that there's a way that they can still make the playoffs this year, as long as the defense plays more consistently and Sam Darnold continues to play the way he played, because he's not the issue. And honestly, in 2016, Sam Bradford wasn't the issue either. These are his throwing stats in that game. Other than the first game, because I think he came in, he was on the bench. Someone Hill, I forgot who that quarterback was. But Bradford in the first game in week 2 against the Green Bay Packers, he threw for 286, 171, 262, 271. He had pretty good passing games throughout this entire season. But, you know, the defense started giving them more points in the second half of the season. Gave up, you saw the first 4 games, they gave up 30 points. They gave up 26 points. Then they gave up 24 points when they beat the Cardinals in November that year. Then they allow another 34 points against the Colts that year, who beat them 34-6. And then the Green Bay Packers, when they played them the second time, beat them 38-25. So the defense just has to play consistently. But this Rams offense is lethal. It's lethal. Matthew Stafford will still make a boneheaded play here and there, because he made a boneheaded interception in that game when they were driving the ball down the field, possibly going to go score a touchdown. But as long as they have Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua, and Cooper Kupp, this team is dangerous.
Oh, don't forget Sean McVay.
I mean, Sean McVay, it's not much you can really say about Sean McVay. It's Sean McVay. We know what kind of an offensive mind he is. So
Dang, Joe, you literally had Sean McVay on your coaching staff.
Kyle Shanahan
and Matt LaFleur.
Bro, yeah, everybody.
And was that too?
Yeah.
But he ain't got nothing to worry about. He got Cliff Kingsbury now. He should be.
Is. And Dan
Yeah,
Quinn.
it is.
Dang, you had Dan Quinn.
I'm glad you said that because I was gonna say yeah, Cliff Kingsbury gonna give y'all one good year, and then you know where he gonna end up. Run it back. Yeah, done, son. But Dave, I was about to try to shoot y'all some bail in that game when y'all played the Vikings, and I was like, maybe they had some people hurt, but nah, Debo was there, Kittle was there, Ayuk was. I guess he was on his way back, but y'all had y'all weapons, so I can't go back to that game and say it was confusing Purdy with that defense. But again, that goes back to Matt Stafford being a vet. So I'm with you on this one, and I agree with my bros. It was more so bad Vikings defense because we seen what Jettis was doing. And I'm sorry, at this point in the league, if you don't think that Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the league, then you might just want to take up a personal gripe, Tyreek Hill. Because did you see that one pass from Sam Darnold where he like bobbled it over the shoulder and just said, "Hold on, I got y'all before I go out of bounds."
Mhm.
Like, and then we all know how everybody thinks about Sam Darnold. Just look at the numbers that Jettis is putting up. Like, we did not expect that to happen. I guess a wide receiver can make a quarterback look good. CD. But back to this game, I had a feeling that the Rams was gonna be okay going into this game once I found out they got their weapons back. Because once you get Puka and you get Cup back, and granted, Cup was coming fresh off the injury, and I would just read this because I love the pettiness that's going on right now between the AFC.
I know, right?
Shout out to Dimitri again with the 199 at Carl. Steelers to the Super Bowl. And I know Carl about to pull over somewhere because he's typing. But once I heard that Puka Cup and Puka was going to be back, I was like, I know they both coming off from injuries. One of them is going to go off.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was going to be, I mean, at the end of the day, Puka did his thing, like 100 yards, and then there was a few plays out there where he just looked like he was gassed and still was finding ways to make plays happen. Cooper Kupp was out there blocking for running backs. Kyron Williams, the run lanes was there. So it was more so just the Rams finding their footing and having a veteran quarterback. Because I think if the Rams was finding their footing but also had a second-year quarterback, this game probably would have been, well, it was close up until that last call. And we'll touch on that real quick, but I think the Vikings probably would have won it because, like you said, the defense is gimmicky, but it's more so gimmicky for guys who don't know how to do the pre-snap motion. So once they, because like that, you can read the defense, and then next thing you know, you hike the ball, and the safety who was here is now there, and you like, interception. So again, that's why Matt Stafford also probably threw one of those, but they found a way to win it. I know my folks out there in Minnesota are a little upset because, again, like I said, his jersey was facing this way, but his helmet was like this. And he talking about he ain't see the call. I don't get it. Neither here nor there. Sometimes you just got to take that one L in the season and move on. So it was more so good Rams offense, bad Vikings defense.
I thought about something. And this is it's kind of on topic but off topic. You know, we talk a lot about ref accountability, right? And we talk about them being fine, right? What if they implemented a referee camera so we can get the view of what they see when calls are missed?
Like a body cam?
Calls are made. Something. Just think about it. It's just something I thought about. Just let it marinate a little bit. I'm just saying, just think about how would they be able to explain that if we can see what they see from their vision?
And had them mic'd up. You on mute, Joe.
Yeah, you on mute.
You on mute.
You on mute.
The words all the time. But I think that'd be cool if they can do it. You know what I mean? It's like getting an instant replay of their view. What I think, I don't know how they do it, but they have a schedule, right, of the referees. And then the referees, the more prime time the game, the more you get paid, right? Playoffs, prime time, all that stuff. They got it set. And they should have a grading system based on they should review every game, and based on your grade, you should be able to qualify to do with the big games. That's how I think it should be. You know what I mean? So, like, if you are set to do Bears and Commanders and you screwed up 2 weeks ago, we got to take you off and replace you with somebody else. That's how they should do it. Like, you should get...
You said big game, right?
Yeah, yeah, big game. You know, prime time, a game that somebody got taken off or got replaced by us. You know, but Yeah. So they should
I
have
mean,
something
we
great.
already prime time. We ain't have to worry about that.
Yeah, y'all prime time, yeah.
And we mid.
That's the name.
And we both playing like some mid, and we still got the Sunday night. That's all I'm saying.
Could you talk to Jerry Jones?
What you mean?
What do you mean?
49ers
hold
held
on,
it down too. What you
hold
saying?
on, son. Hold on, son. We make money too.
Yeah, I do, but it's more so Jerry though. I'm sorry, Dave.
Nah.
Y'all get prime time because of y'all actually are good. Dallas get prime time because of Jerry. They get the most every year.
You got it.
They every year they get the most prime time games, which I don't get. Them and the Chiefs. Last year they had more than the Chiefs.
I mean, that makes sense. Who don't want to see Cowboys lose? Who don't
You
want
right,
to see
though.
that? There you go. It's always the tell of the tape. And we're gonna roll right into it. Now, some may say, why are you saying this is tell of the tape, right? And I'm really just saying this because the last time both of these teams won a Super Bowl, Blockbuster was open. And what do we like going to Blockbuster to do? Go get them cassettes, man. Because sometimes you gotta make sure you rewind it before you bring it back. For the kids out there that don't know what I'm talking about, okay, I know on streaming they got play from beginning. Back in the day, we had to do that ourselves. Hold the button, or if you was real fancy, your folks had the little tape machine. You could put the VC on there, hit the rewind, and it automatically do it. I thought my grandmother stole it from Blockbuster because I was like, man, this is tight. However,
niggas old, bro. Niggas look old.
we are. I showed my daughter a tape, and she was like, "What is that?" She thought it was a book.
We unks now, man. We unks now. We the unks. We the uncles now.
Yeah. We can crack jokes on ourselves. So when you go and blow the dust off and watching the Cowboys win a Super Bowl, you go to blow the dust off and watch the 49ers win a Super Bowl. Hint, I said win, not go and just do what they always be doing. That's my shot back. But Sunday night, we got Juwan Jennings is out. We got Jake Moody, who is out. We got Kevin Givens, who is out. You tell me who Kevin Givens is. I thought it was Kevin Gates. But then we got Deron Bland not coming back. Michael Parsons, he's out. Kalen Carson, seatbelt for my man Big O. They say he's questionable, but I don't think he's going to play. There's a bunch of other people I can name. And then also our kicker, he was at jury duty. This made national media. Yet again, here go the Cowboys. He went to jury duty, man. Let it go. I just gave you all the people that's out. But we already know his personal Kittle was going to be there. We already know Debo said he's showing up. He hopped up out the bed like Tupac in 92. He said, nah, y'all think y'all about to do this? Dave, we talked about who had the better season yesterday. We talked about injuries yesterday. We talked about your coach. We talked about my coach. We watched Joe sit back and say, man, this is funny. Watch y'all go back and forth. Here we go again. You own it. You killed all the Cowboys' dreams as far as playoff wins. Who wins on Sunday night, though?
I'd be a fool to pick against my team. Tell you that right now. And I won't be a fool today. Now, as you said, we talked about the injuries yesterday, so I have no need to talk about that today. I'm going to talk about why we are going to win this game. Well, Joe read up some stats yesterday that I remember. Cowboys are one of the worst rushing defensive teams in the league. What do we do best? We run the ball, no matter who's back there. It could be Raheem Mostert. It could be Jeff Wilson Jr. Doesn't matter who we got back there in the backfield. We're going to run the ball. That's 49ers bread and butter. Physical, running the ball, physical defense. Now, I did hear some good news today that does not affect Sunday, but it's still promising news. Christian McCaffrey will more likely be back after the week, after the bye week. He's more likely to be playing week 10. So we'll see how that goes. But Jordan Mason is going to have a good game this week. I feel like Jordan Mason is going to be able to run for over 100 yards in this game, and have a touchdown or two. I also believe that not having Micah Parsons back there is going to limit their opportunities to be able to have a good pass rush, which means Kittle will more than likely have opportunities to get open, and he may have another great game. Debo also, I think he's going to be more implemented into the run game this game. I think he's going to be more of a weapon as he normally is. Knowing that Brandon Ayuk will not be playing. Juwan Jennings is questionable. We don't know if he's going to play, but Ricky Pearsall is going to be playing his second game. So let's see how the rookie plays. I pray we do not play Ronnie Bell. Please do not play him at all. He is Kyle Shanahan. If you're watching, Ronnie Bell sucks.
Yeah.
Cut him now and let Terrell Owens' son, get an opportunity to play. I would rather him come in and play, who was undrafted, than to let Ronnie Bell continue to mess up. So let's start there. Defensively, Charvarius Ward will be back in his second week from injury, so I feel like that's going to be key for us as well. Bosa is going to be ready for this game. Fred Warner, he's going to be ready for this game. I believe our young safeties are going to be able to contribute in this game as well. Malik Mustafa and Jair Brown. So I believe that with those guys, we have enough healthy guys to be able to win this game on Sunday.
Okay, so I had to go back to the beginning of the panel when we were all doing our panels, and I remember watching this, and I said, they're going to lose this game. And I'm going to pick them to lose this game until they prove otherwise. And then the season started progressing. This season, I was like, okay, we came out, we played the Browns. I said, okay, we might have a chance. Zim actually moving Michael around. Look at this. We might can get those boys out there at the Bay. And then week 2 came. And I was like, no, we not. Because the Saints, they went to marching. They marched so much that they said, we don't even got to win no more. They just stopped winning after they played us. They said, we good. We won out. We good. Everybody done got paid. We got Alvin Kamara paid. We good. And then I watched another week. And then I watched the Steelers game. And I said, you know what? We might got a chance to beat them. And then I watched the Lions game and said, nope, it's not happening again. It's just like every time I get there, I go right back down. So what I will say is there are ways the Cowboys can win this game. Am I picking them to win this game? No. But I'm going to tell you the ways on how they can win this game. Jordan is nice. Jordan can run. However, you need to get to Purdy. They need to find a way to generate some form of a pass rush. Because at least in that first matchup in the playoff game, where it was, 10-7, it was a low-scoring game. Granted, you can't stop the run. However, you were finding ways to get to the quarterback. They need to get back to that. And I got a personal message. It's more so for the wide receiver core. Troy Aikman already called you guys out and said you guys run your routes lazy. You all had a lot to say and replying back to it. We got another. I seen Joe brought it up in the NFL chat. They talking about how it's a zoo again, about the tours and everything. There's so many other distractions that just keeps happening with this team. And you all keep finding ways not to focus on football. This is the one game on Sunday where if you can go out there and finally get this monkey off your back, because again, they say Kittle they say his feet hurt when he walked. That's how bad it is, but he's going to find a way to get out there. Debo literally just told you he had to drink some emergency. Y'all see what I got right here? He's going to be out there off the Dayquil and everything just to play this game. That right there shows you that if you cannot beat this team when they're out there limping, then you'll never beat this team. And a message to the quarterback, if you throw a pick and I see you do one of these with your tablet, I'm cutting the game off. Because what are you looking at? You wasn't looking at it before you threw the pick. But either way, find a way to get the run game going. Find a way to find Ferguson, because we know Fred Warner is going to be out there. And you know what Fred Warner like to do with the middle of the field. You find ways to actually make plays in the red zone, you can beat this team. However, I'm not picking them until they prove it.
Yeah, I'm going with the 49ers. I mean, I ain't got to say much. It's what they said. Y'all are one of the worst, if not the worst, rushing defense in the NFL. Yeah, y'all the worst. In the NFL, 27th. And the 49ers still going to run the ball. They take pride in running the ball. Jordan Mason is still a top 10, top 5 probably in rushing yards in the league right now. But and then defensively, y'all are decimated. Y'all, you got two of your D line is not gonna be there. You getting Bland back though, right? Bland should be there.
No,
Bland.
No.
I mean, and they playing at home. They playing at home too. Y'all don't run the ball well. Y'all don't even commit to the run. So I have no reason to pick Dallas. Only if I'm a fan. The only advantage y'all have is the fact that y'all fresh off a bye week. Y'all can have a renewed mind. You know what I mean?
But got another advantage, Joe.
What's that?
The Kyle Shanahan stopped running the ball and want to throw it. Like we might have a chance.
Even if they do that, they might still beat y'all.
I know, but we still got a chance. We got a higher probability of winning if they just keep throwing versus him running.
True. And Ben Purdy throw 3 bad interceptions. You're right, like he did against the Chiefs. But they're not playing that defense though.
That's the Chiefs' defense though.
Exactly.
All we need is Chris Jones.
But the Chiefs, the Chiefs. The key thing is this, Tomo, for y'all, and I'm gonna say the red zone. Are y'all gonna settle for field goals or touchdowns?
You need to be talking to us like that too. And we got bad red zone defense, red zone offense too.
That's where I'm going. The 49ers are the second worst red zone team in the NFL, I think. Second worst or third worst. Them and the Chiefs are bad, both of them. They're not good in the red zone. Yeah, the Chiefs too, yeah. They're not good in the red zone. And that's when y'all problem in these games, y'all don't cash out touchdowns. Y'all settle for too many field goals. So y'all need to be aggressive this game. Mike McCarthy, if it's 4th and 2, go for it. All right, go for it, 4th and 2. But the defense got to keep them out the red zone. Keep them out the end zone. I know it sounds so simple, but
I mean, if you're a Cowboy fan and you listen to the interviews from the players, everything sounds so simple until Sunday coming. Sunday about 10:30, they all saying the same thing again. We got to focus. We got to go back and lock in. Either way,
in groups and not individual.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's week 8.
Then you own it like, man, you need to scheme up better plays. I'm like, man, this is crazy.
Listen, I'm like, bro, we in week 8. You talking about this right now?
Hey, talking about something we do. Never mind. Let's talk about 2 rookies. Let's talk about 2 rookies. Now, I'm gonna keep running with this blockbuster theme. So if you was born after like 99, you probably don't understand where I'm going with this one. But there was a movie that came out. You know, these 2 guys, John Travolta and Nicolas Cage, they was running Hollywood for a minute. And they had this movie called Face Off. Now, if you don't know too much about Face Off, let me give you a quick rundown. So these 2 guys, they were basically kind of like how me and Dave are with the 49ers and the Cowboys. They were rivals. However, one thing I won't ever do is put on the 49ers jersey. And I know my brother's not putting on no Cowboys jersey. But in this movie, they swap faces. So that way, they could try to take over. But go look it up, kids. I got Prime Video. It's out there. Now, these 2 quarterbacks was talked about. My guy right here, Joe, had a lot to say about both of these quarterbacks. More so Kev. I know he's not in the comments, but he's going to watch. Caleb Williams could have been a Commander if they traded up for him. Jaden Daniels probably would have went to the Bears. However, the universe worked out in both of their favors because both of these quarterbacks have been balling. They play Sunday. They were supposed to play at 1, but the world thought about it and said, nobody wants to see the Eagles at 4. I want to see this rookie showdown. So, Joe, I know you got the Not So Average Top 5. You've been wearing the shades for the last 17 weeks. That's only because you got on Terry jersey. Y'all actually need to flip that. Y'all need to be 1-7, but not 7. I'm speaking into existence. How do you feel this game is going to go if Jaden Daniels plays? Left hand up. I should have never.
Jaden Daniels, Marcus Mariota, Sam Hartman, Drewski. I don't care who's starting. We winning this game. That's all I got to say. Yeah, damn, make that face. You know what I said? Listen.
Chicago Hartman or Drewski. I don't.
They're not gonna play, bro.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, brother. Whoa.
I like Sam Hartman.
Dip on your chip.
I really like Sam Hartman.
But Drewski.
But I think my boy gonna. I think Drewski. It's not him. But I do think Jaden Daniels is going to play. I think he will play. But obviously it's not up to him. It's up to Adam Peters and Dan Quinn. But right now he's still in the window to play, so that's a good sign. He actually practiced today, but they didn't practice in front of the media, and everybody panicked. Oh, we don't see CJ Daniels out there. Oh, and then Dan Quinn comes over there. Yeah, he practiced today. I was like, yeah, I see what y'all doing. I don't want them to see how you look. Okay, I'll see. So obviously he's still in some pain, but the goal is not be painless as to can you be yourself, and if he can't be himself, then don't play. But I'm very confident that we can win this game. This is a big game for both teams. Both teams are 5-2. Both teams, both teams only had 2 losses. They are 4-2. Both teams haven't beaten a marquee opponent, like a playoff caliber team. Yeah, they both been beaten up on bad teams. That's what they say, right? So, but we actually look good against the good ones, though. That's all I gotta say. But the Bears, they have a really good defense. I gotta give them props. They turn the ball over a lot. They got really good secondary. They do. And the front four is good, but the secondary is what their bread and butter is to me.
Yeah,
and
you got a former player over there too.
Yeah, I know. That's probably why they're gonna lose for real. But Montez Sweat, yeah. But
Rush the Bradley Beal moment. You really just had a Bradley Beal moment.
He cooked y'all.
But I'm just saying how you taking shots at your former player. That's
I'm not taking a shot. I'm saying, like, you know how it is. You play a former team, and he's talking too. It's like, okay, he's talking. I'm like, bro, just play the game.
All right, go ahead.
I'm like, you're gonna lose, you know. So, but they rush defense ain't good. They ain't good. The Panthers got a better rush defense than them. They don't have a great rush defense, and they ain't been playing on great teams either. So we're second in the league, I think, yeah, behind the Ravens. No, we third behind Philly. Philly passes. You know,
come on now, they running the ball up there.
It was because of Saquon and the Giants, man. Only because of that. But we're third in rushing, and I feel like the defense will step up. Defense has been getting better. Although we got picked apart by Lamar Jackson. I mean, because you got Derrick Henry, you got Glow at the box. It's one-on-one everywhere. Don't get me wrong. Moore crushed us last year. He did. I am worried. They got Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen is a route running machine. So the defense could be concerning. But I think offensively we'll be able to score on this team. And I got us winning. And we at home. We're undefeated at home so far. The crowd is rocking at home right now. We really have home field advantage right now. So, and yeah, man, I got us winning. And lastly, the rookie race. Come on, man. They keep trying to climb Caleb back in there. Climb him back in there. Oh, look what we did to the Panthers. Look what Mario did to the Panthers. Come on now. So we win this game. Enough of the rookie of the year talks. Come on. This
what?
Yes. I'm already done with it. I'm finished. We already got it. It's in the bag. He already got the trophy in his bag. He got it already.
You stole it?
We weren't about MVP, Tomo. We're not thinking about rookie of the year. It's MVPs out here. We're looking at Lamar Jackson. That's what we're looking at. We're not looking at Caleb Williams. What? Come on, man. Byron Thomas Jr. is probably ahead of him right now in the rookie race. Come on now.
Joe, man, I feel like this was Craig. I'm Craig and you Dede when they got the security jobs. You like, oh, the world, Craig. And I'm like, no, we're going to sit down. We're going to do our jobs and we're going to mind our business. And you like, nah, we got to do it. Joe, it ain't over yet. Like
I ain't never seen a rookie like this. We ain't never met a rookie like we talking about. so I got us.
I think y'all win it, man. I'm with you on that one. I think y'all win it, but that was good. He said, we ain't worried about no rookie of the year. We trying to get MVP. Hey, man, do y'all thing. But in week 7, you saying it's over? In week 7?
That's right.
Now, if Caleb go out there and throw for 500 yards, 6 touchdowns, and no interceptions, it's still over?
That ain't happening. And he got to play his whole division.
But it's still over. But it's still over. Because I got a stat for you. Now, since they played the Texans, remember when CJ Stroud walked up on him, like, hey, man, you a good player, man. Don't let that get past you.
We do 2 interceptions, yeah.
It's all good. Ever since then, he had a 3-1 record. He said, I'm coming back for what I came here. Wow. 104 passer rating. I mean, 106, my bad. Almost 70%. Yeah, I know your boy like 80. I know he don't know what 70s look like. He like 70s. I'm 80, 90 club, right?
74 for the season.
9 touchdowns. He thrown like for 10-50 as far as yards. Like his game stepped up after that. I don't know. Maybe CJ was like, you got the juice now, and he turned up. So again, Joe, I'm not just gonna say the rookie race is over. However, if Jaden Daniel does play, this will be another great test for him. Another last year or the year before, you taking notes. This will be another note that he could take down, write it down, and be like, I told y'all. Or he could take it down and be like, I gotta bounce back from that. Because again, they are a good team. They have their weapons back. Swift is out there. Their rushing defense ain't the best, but y'all ain't too far off. So again, you got too much dip on your chip, player. You ain't say no score this week, so y'all might actually win it by the number that you're thinking in your head. However,
I really don't have a score right now in my head.
See, that's good. Let's not let you do that. But I do think it's going to be a good game. I will give you all the edge because of how the momentum that you all are on. But I can see Caleb going off.
This is definitely going to be a good matchup. My thoughts on this game is that it's contingent on the health of Jaden Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
If he plays and he's able to play the entire game, I think the Commanders win this game.
My man.
I already knew how good this kid was. I knew how good he was. We all saw what he did in LSU. We knew what he was capable of when he got into the league. It's just that, his build. He's a pretty small quarterback. So certain impacts are going to affect him a little bit differently. As we can see, is why his ribs is messed up. There's another quarterback who ribs was messed up last year. Justin Herbert.
He played through it.
But if you look at the build is totally different. Justin Herbert is he has a little bit more muscle on his body than Jaden Daniels does. But he's also not as athletic as Jaden Daniels is. I think if the Commanders are able to run the ball enough to where it makes the defense honest on having to defend the run, Jaden Daniels will be okay and they'll win this game. On the flip side, this pass defense is really good. The Bears' pass defense is really good. So they have a really good pass rush. They have some good linebackers, and we know they have one of the best cornerbacks in the league in Jalen Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
A player, someone who got disrespected by the NFL players by not putting him on the top 100 at all.
Everybody down too.
He is a shutdown corner. It's a few of them in the league. They talk about Sauce Gardner, they talk about PS2, but Jalen Johnson is up there. Jair Alexander, you're right, him too. But I'm telling you, if they're able to pick off Jaden Daniels, it's going to be a long game for me. I think if they are able to create turnovers, it's going to be a long game. This might be the game that shows Jaden Daniels is a rookie. Might be.
Ooh, I like that, Dave.
Might be.
We hear all the noise.
It might be. But from what I'm expecting Jaden Daniels to have a good game if he's able to stay healthy.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
Dave.
I love that.
Hey, Dave, you want to know what's funny? Joe put the shades on and he was like, if you can't be yourself, then don't go out there. I don't think Cliff Kingsbury going to allow him to be himself because of that rib injury. He might keep him in the pocket a little bit more.
Possibly.
That's cool.
He might throw about 4 picks.
But he don't do a lot of design runs, though. He do like a couple.
That's what I'm saying. You can't be yourself. So you go out there and you know that.
He won't play if he can't be himself.
You sure?
I'm positive.
He might throw about 5 picks.
5 picks?
I'm joking, Joe. I'm joking. I only said 5.
I heard Dave said this might be the game at like a rookie. Write that down.
There you go, taking notes.
He taking notes when I picked him to win. I don't get it.
I mean, you made that comment too. I had to write it down.
I said might be.
I mean, might is a big, strong word. I might be 5'10". Guess what? I'm actually 5'10 and a half.
That's not a might. That's not a might. It's basically very close. Come on, Joe. That's a bad example. You could say I might be 6'5", but I'm actually 5'10". All right, come on.
Cowboys might be 5 minutes away from winning the game. We don't know. Or they might be 5 minutes away from losing in the first quarter. Again, So many five. You might go to Subway and get you a $5 foot long, but before you go to Subway and get you a $5 foot long, you want to stop and listen to Joe's Not So Average Top 5. Joe.
Oh, you get the Little Caesars $5 pizzas.
There you go.
They're actually more than that now. Put the price up.
Well, it's too bad. It used to be $5, but now they.
See what I'm saying? The price is on the can. Take it away, Joe.
All right, man. Listen. Not your average top 5 NFL MVPs as of right now going into week 8. Obviously, we just had a game yesterday, Rams versus Vikings. Disclosure, spoiler alert, nobody on those teams on the MVP value. All right, so let's keep it going. So let's kick it off. Tommy, you got me? Number 5, Derrick Henry. On the far right. Sorry. Derrick Henry, number 5. I'm going to do this first. There we go. All right. Derrick Henry, number 5. Why is he number 5? Number 1, first in rushing yards. He's first in yards per game, rushing yards per game. He's first in yards per carry. He has the longest run of the year. He has the most big plays from rushes. He has the most rushing TDs. And he has the most first down with rushes. And he has to turn the ball over all year. But why is he number 5, Joe? Because obviously he has a teammate that's also in the top 5. So that kind of hurts Derrick Henry. He's on track to break the regular season rushing record by 114 yards. That's ridiculous. He will be the first player in NFL history to get 2,000 seasons. That's what pace he's on right now. Even if it was 16 games, he would still reach the 2,000 mark. So he's having a historic season, something that nobody has ever done. So he is number 5. Let's do a super chat up here real quick. Shout out to my boy Blaze, 189 super chat. Shout out to the R2L family. Hope everyone had a great week. All right. Stop texting and driving. So, no. Number 4, and Carl might be mad at me right here. Jared Goff. To be honest with you, I don't have a lot to say about Jared Goff, but he's second in completion percentage behind Jaden Daniels. He's second in QB rating behind Lamar Jackson. And they're the best team in the NFC. That's all I got for you. Like, literally, that's all I got for you with Jared Goff. He's number 4. Number 3. Hit me. Josh Allen. Josh Allen is number 3. And why is Josh Allen number 3? Number 1, he's first in QBR. It's an important stat. He's 4th in QB rating, 6th in touchdowns with 0 interceptions. He's the only guy in the top 20 in yards with 0 interception. Only person to lead for with 0 interception. Everyone else had an interception. That's very huge. And he doesn't have a top 30 receiving yards or TDs. And he doesn't have a top running back and top 20 running. James Cook, I looked at the number, he's not even top 20 in rushing yards. So they're winning games, and he's the main priority, right? And he's being very efficient. And they're 5-2. So Josh Allen number 2. Sorry, number 3. Number 2. My guy, Jaden Daniels, Tomo Dave. They were doing this top 5. I originally had him at number 4. And as I was making a case, I'm like, oh, no, he above Jared Goff. Josh, oh, no, bro. He above Josh Allen. Let me tell you why he's up here, y'all. He leads the league in completion percentage, as y'all know. That's amazing. All right. What did he do historically? He had the highest 4-game stretch for completion percentage in anybody in NFL history. Also, forgot to mention with Jared Goff. He went 18 one game. That was historic also. He's 3rd in QBR behind Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, which is awesome. And he hasn't had a bad game. He hasn't had not one bad game. Everybody named before him had a bad game. He hasn't had a bad game all year. And the degree of difficulty that he has to have his team 3rd in the NFL. 3rd. The degree of difficulty. Let me tell you why. There are 11 teams that only have 2 losses in the NFL. All of them are top 10 scoring on defense. All of them, except for the Texans and the Commanders. Out of the 11 teams with only 2 losses, all of them has more turnovers forced than the Commanders, except for the Eagles. Sorry, Blaze. So the degree of the defense not turn the ball over. The defense also not even that's not defense. The reason why we play the Panthers. I'm dead serious. The Panthers got our rankings up higher. We was bound to lead before that game. And then here's the thing, y'all. How are they able to go 5-2? Orchestrating the best offense in the NFL, averaging 31.1 points per game, tied with the Ravens. Jaden Daniels. Here's a stat right here, y'all. I'm gonna get y'all with right here. Do y'all know in basketball there's a stat called PER? You know about that stat, right? PER. Since 2010, there only been 3 players who hasn't led the NBA in PER and not win MVP. You know that, right? Derrick Rose, Steph Curry when he won it over James Harden, and Joel Embiid when he won over Jokic. And all 3 of those MVPs were controversial, true or false. A lot of people thought LeBron should have won over Derrick Rose. A lot of people thought James Harden should have won over Steph. And a lot of people thought Jokic definitely should have won over Embiid. It was a sympathy award. Outside of those 3, everybody was number 1 in PER, won MVP. Well, there's a stat called EPA. I know you heard this stat before. Expected points added per play. In the last 15 years, since 2010, by the way, everybody who led the league in EPA won MVP, except 2 people. Cam Newton, when he went 15-1, and Lamar Jackson last year. Those are the only 2 players who didn't lead the league in EPA per play and not win MVP. Guess who leads it this year, y'all? My guy. My guy leads it as a rookie. So, all I got to say is, my guy MVP candidate number 2. And number 1. Come on now. We all know who number 1 is. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is also having an historic season. Historic. He's 5th in passing yards, 2nd in passing TDs behind Baker Mayfield, 2nd in QBR behind Josh Allen, 1st in QB rating, only throwing 2 interceptions for the year. He's 13th in rushing yards amongst all players, 1st in quarterbacks. He's on track to have 4,395 yards while rushing for 1,100 yards. There has not been a player who's thrown for 4,000 yards and rushed for 1,000 yards in the same season. Even if it was 16 games, he would still accomplish that. And this is why he's really number 1. Who he beat. He's the only one on this panel that beat an MVP candidate. Only one. He went against Josh Allen, number 1 in QBR. Not only he beat Josh Allen, he had a higher QBR than him in that game. He went against Jaden Daniels, the leader in completion percentage. Not only he beat Jaden Daniels, he had a higher completion percentage than Jaden Daniels. And Baker Mayfield, if he would have won against the Ravens, he would be on this ballot, but he lost. But Baker Mayfield leads the NFL in TDs. Lamar went there and threw 5 touchdowns. So Lamar Jackson is by far number 1. The only reason why people probably want to vote for him because fatigue. Voters fatigue. So those are your announced average top 5. Hope I made y'all proud.
You did, but Kim.
Go ahead. I know you got a bone to pick with somebody on here.
Well, Dave gave you an applause. So do you want the bad news or you want the good news first?
I want the bad news.
Okay. So your list is good. I would swap 2 people. Other than that, I like the 5 that you have up here. Derrick Henry should be number 2. Sorry. Derrick Henry should be number 2 and Jaden Daniels should be number 3. Josh Allen could go to 5 and then Jared Goff could stay at 4. Derrick Henry is doing all of this coming off of a season where he was basically washed. That's what everybody was saying. He's washed and going up against and having Lamar still play the way that he's playing and still averaging the yards as he's averaging on the ground. That says a lot about that guy. Now, I'm not killing your guy, Jaden Daniels. That's why I say you can go at 3. But as far as the tougher position, when it comes to who gets the ball the most, the running back could be left off of that because Lamar could just say, you know what, we're not running on this down. We're actually going to just pass it more. He had 5 touchdowns, and in that game, what is it? Derrick Henry still had almost over 100 yards rushing the ball. Just saying, Joe. He's doing the most with less attempts.
You don't think having an MVP candidate team hurts your MVP chances?
Yeah, I think both of y'all just balling out.
All right.
I think I can understand what Tomo was saying. Because if you look at this, it was the same thing that happened last year with Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey. Brock Purdy was an MVP candidate, and so was CMC. But what was everyone saying? Everyone was saying that CMC should be the MVP. But the reason why you say he shouldn't be MVP because he wasn't going to break a record. Well, you just said that Derrick Henry is on pace to break the rushing record. That's a record that he has to break, and running backs almost have to break a record in order to win it. So I get what Tomo's saying, but I'm not mad at your list.
You're not mad at the list at all?
Nope.
Okay. See, Tomo, I respect what you're saying. Let me say that. I respect what you're saying. It's just that it's hard for me to put 1 and 2 on the same team because they're benefiting off each other. It's kind of like when AD and LeBron were MVP candidates, they hurt each other. KD and Steph, every year they hurt each other because they're on the same team. Like you never really have 1 and 2 on the same team because Lamar is really benefiting off Derrick Henry. He is because a lot of people are in the box. But then Derrick Henry also benefits from Lamar when they come out that box. So they benefit off each other, but because Lamar's a quarterback and he about to do something that's never been done before, which is throw for 4,000 yards and run 4,000, that's never happened in NFL history. That's why I got him at number 1 because he's a quarterback and Derrick Henry's making history. If Derrick Henry was on his own team, I don't know if you remember me, you, Coach, and Mark did our first Refuse to Lose jump one time, pre-recorded. I had Derrick Henry number 1. Me and Dave, I think. We had Derrick Henry number 1 because he was about to break all the records. But because he's with Lamar, it's like somebody got to suffer. Who going to take the L?
I received that. And I understand where you're going with it because if you're talking about the letter of the meaning of most valuable player, you're saying like if you take Derrick Henry off this team, then Lamar still possibly could be doing what he's doing. And if you take Lamar off this team, then Derrick Henry maybe could be doing what he's doing. I get where you're going with that, but I'm saying I wouldn't be mad at them being 1 and 2. Like your list, like the 5 people you have up here, I'm all for it. I just wanted to reshuffle just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So you cool with everybody else?
No, Josh Allen, Jared Goff, like everybody
up there. Okay, I cool with Jay Daniels.
He balling, Joe. What you want me to say?
Okay, I think
Mark not in the comments.
I do think that some people will argue that Josh Allen should be 2 instead of 3.
See,
simply because he has thrown for 15 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, and they're leading their division and stuff like that. And we're so used to Josh Allen being turnover prone, and he hasn't been that at all this year.
You're right. You 100% right, Dave. So let me respond.
Before you, Dave, some people would say he should be number 1 because they ain't throwing a pick, but that's not there.
Nah. Lamar Jackson number 1. Lamar Jackson number 1.
Let me address what some people might say. Some people might want Jared Goff higher too. You know what I mean? Jared Goff. Why is he number 4? Why is he not above Josh Allen? Why is he not above Jaden Daniels? Okay, what Jaden Daniels separate from Jared Goff and Josh Allen is that he never had a bad game. Jared Goff against the Buccaneers, he's the reason why they lost that game. He threw 2 bad interceptions. He threw an interception in the 4th quarter in his own, like in the red zone. He threw an interception in the 4th quarter. He the reason why they lost that game. This defense only allowed 20 points, and they only scored, and they didn't win the game. They only scored 16. Jaden Daniels lost to the Bucs when we scored like 24, 25, 26 points, and the Bucs put like 38 on us. And then Josh Allen. The reason why I couldn't put him above Jaden Daniels, he had 2 bad games. He had the worst game of anybody in NFL history to throw the ball 30 times or more, percentage-wise. And against the Ravens. We ain't forget about that. I know we swept it under the rug, but no, he was bad that game too.
And he almost threw like 3 interceptions, but they dropped it.
Right, you're right. And also how Jaden and Josh outdoes Goff is what they're working with. You know what I mean? That matters. Like Jared Goff is not like Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy was leading in a lot of categories. Jared Goff is not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Brock Purdy was like first in passing yards. No, that was Dak. He was first in this, first in percentage, first in that, first in that. Jared Goff is like second, third, fourth, sixth. He not even top. He like 10th in yards. You know what I mean? So he not really glaring with the numbers with all the help he has also. So that's why Joe, we're here. Okay, cool. So that's why Jared Goff is where he's at, and that's why I got Jaden high also. So, and the level of difficulty, man. Jaden is level, man. Nobody expected us. You know, AJ. Nobody expected the Eagles. The Eagles projected to win 4 games. Man, what about the Commanders this year?
Now I agree with you. Again, being a rookie quarterback coming into the league, because the league has become more of a passing league. A lot of people say it's been easier for quarterbacks to transition, and because of how most of these offensive coordinators are going back to the college game, and they're like, all right, we're going to adapt to our quarterbacks. Most people will say the level of difficulty isn't like it used to be. However, it's still the NFL. The game is faster. Like people play faster. Like there's just a lot of things. And the other thing I can give you to attest to why you got him at number 2 and why, like I said, I'm not mad at the top 5 that you got up here. I just want to shuffle the deck. Is because the kid's gotten better every single week. Like it's not like he had, like you said, it's not like he had 2 good games, bad game, 2 good games, bad game. Like he's just gotten better every single week. So I give you that. Same thing with Lamar. It's like Lamar came out the gate. Good game, good game. Even in some of those losses, the 2 losses that they got, it was just like he played good. They just lost.
Yeah, Lamar is getting better though. You're right, dog.
I mean, Lamar just had a 5 touchdown game with no interceptions. He balled out. Oh my god!
Against us, the numbers weren't like glaring, but he cooked us. He cooked the Bengals, and Lamar got MVP moments. You know what I mean? Like that's another thing. Jaden has MVP moments. The Bengals game was an MVP moment.
That was
Lamar, the stiff arm and a touchdown, MVP moment. You know, Derrick Henry, that 87-yard run he had, that's crazy. And him closing out all these games. Josh Allen, does he have an MVP moment? No, not yet. Jared Goff,
that touchdown to Amari Cooper.
Jared Goff, I would say Jared.
I mean, I guess that's the MVP moment. You're supposed to throw a touchdown to your wide receiver.
Jared Goff has just been, I wouldn't say he had an MVP moment yet, but Jared Goff just has been.
Someone said the Seahawks game, going 18 for 18.
Yeah. That performance. I was talking about like a moment, like the game tight. You got to come through in this play, but he never really been in that situation outside of that one he threw the interception against the Buccaneers.
Well, I mean, I guess people might say, I mean, he had to come back on the Cardinals, but it's the Cardinals. So,
but he had to though. Yeah, I mean, we blew the Cardinals. But you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm telling y'all, NFC Championship game, Commanders, Detroit Lions. If not that, the second round. We're gonna see them in the playoffs. Commanders and Lions. Dave, like, hold on, Joe. You knocking us out. Hold on, Joe. I just realized what I just did in my face. I was about to say.
I wanted to ask a question, Joe. This could be I know we gotta get out of here. What if y'all gotta play the Packers? You got a lot of love for Love and Jair over there too.
Well, their defense is very opportunistic. They force a lot of turnovers. They got one of the best secondaries in the league, as you saw against CJ. Only had 84 yards against some dudes. That's a tough matchup. What we playing at? So that's what I care about. What we playing? But Jordan Love, he'll give you that rock.
Well, at this rate, they will be playing in DC, right?
Yeah, he'll give you that rock. We just gotta catch it. By the time I think our defense is gonna get better. I don't think we're gonna be the best, but I think we're gonna force turnovers. You know, Tomo.
You think y'all can get like top 15-ish?
Yes, and turnovers. I do think we got to stop piling turnovers. I'm dead serious. I think that we got our first one against Lamar, first interception. We got 2 last game. Since 2 games in a row, we got interception, and then Caleb might be 3. Might be. They might be 3.
Might be.
All right, real quick news. The World Series.
There we go. We can do the quick news. The MLB is go ahead. Dave, the MLB guy. I know it's your team. Team you don't like, my bad. I had to get you back, Dave. I'm sorry. You gotta get them back.
Well, Joe, I got some official news for your Texas Longhorns. Isaiah Bond is officially out for the game, so he will not be playing. We did have some breaking news in the beginning of the game that we didn't talk about yet, but Hassan Reddick will be playing on Sunday, so he will be playing for the Jets.
They suck, bro.
They begged and plead for this dude to come back just for him not make the playoffs.
No, he heard Devontae Adams' speech. He's like, all right, I'll play.
But yes. There is a World Series going on right now. My favorite player is playing in the World Series, and that's Mookie Betts. So I am excited about that as well. Otani, we know what he's capable of. Freddie Freeman, Juan Soto, Aaron Judge. There's a lot of great players in this game. Jazz Chisholm, the guy that the Yankees just got. It's a really good series that's about to happen right now. I picked the Dodgers to win in 6.
Woo.
With Mookie Betts being the World Series MVP.
Is that because of the Yankees?
No. This is just me. That's just how I thought.
I'm going Yankees in 7. Juan Soto MVP.
I'm going Nats ties. As much as Teddy never wanted to accept none of my fantasy football trades, I wouldn't be mad if the Yankees won it. I think it goes 7, and I got the Yankees going with Juan Soto.
That's good. All right. So my last word, shout out to the whole Altua network. Shout out to the whole Altua family. Jaden Daniels, get them revs together. Kings, y'all lost, but y'all actually look good. I'm watching y'all. Y'all played the Timberwolves team who just lost. They hungry. So I had a feeling we was going to lose the first game, but watching that game, I'm like, we're going to win. But then they execution down the stretch was bad because it's a new person involved in this lineup. But the offense looked good. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, we got a lot of options. So shout out to y'all and shout out to Dave, shout out to Tomo. And what's going on tomorrow? Oh yeah, my basketball league. Let's get this dub Sunday, man. All right, so I gotta say, we took an L last week. I ain't here. I don't like losing, bro. Like, come on. Let's get this dub Sunday. All right, 2 more games, y'all, to the playoffs. Let's go.
Sound like I need to come off an injured reserve and come up there and play some defense.
You will help. We actually meet up tomorrow, and I'm gonna go over like how to break a 3-2 zone. We're gonna do walkthroughs tomorrow. That's serious.
Joe, the Cliff Kingsbury of the men's basketball league. Look at this, man.
Only thing in NBA, you can't hold the clipboard up. I want to so bad, bro.
All right, so my last words are, great job to everybody on the network, and I'm gonna do this every week. My boy Cam Ward. I know we hear a lot about Ashton Genty and Travis Hunter, but Cam Ward is balling right now. People need to stop sleeping on my boy. All right. I hear a lot of people saying that Ashton Genty and Travis Hunter are the only 2 guys in the race. Cam Ward is in the race. I can tell you that right now. He is playing like the best quarterback in college football right now. If you look at what he's been doing and how calm he looks, he's playing like the best. Is he the best? That's still yet to be said. But he's playing like the best right now.
I'll give you that, Dave. I'll give you that. A lot of pressure on y'all too. Y'all defense. Oof.
Yes, that defense. Look, if we could just have the Georgia defense or Clemson, somebody else's defense, we would be in the top 5 right now. I could say
y'all be number 1 probably.
I don't know.
No, because y'all competition. You're right.
Yeah, our competition wouldn't have us up there. But if we were dominating the competition, then yeah.
Nah, it was a lot of games where you just look up and you be like, Miami, what? But my last words again, piggyback off of what my bro said, man. Everybody on the network, man, keep going. I see we got a lot of shows that's picking up on a daily. So now every time I look up on YouTube, I'm getting them notifications. I told you I hit the notification bell so you know when everybody go live. And shout out to our All-Star members. But before I shout out our All-Star members, I want to say shout out to one player. I didn't think you was going to go off last night, but you went off last night. Jordan Poole. Everybody thought you was going to get 10 points. You came out there and almost got 30 on them peoples. Yes, we lost, and I owe Teddy a bet. But at the end of the day, you fought. You guys fought hard. It was a tough one all the way up until the end. You lost by 20. Now, shout out to our superstar members. Shout out to Worm, Joe, Dave, Tomo, Teddy, Cardo, Coach, Vaughn, Lamar, Giovanni, Chris. Shout out to our superstar members. Shout out to all of the folks that become members on each tier. But we give special shout out to the superstars. So if you want your name shout out on the episode, If you're on a lower tier, jump up to the superstar tier. If you're not at a tier, join a tier. Get in these IG chats, and you'll understand why you want to become a superstar member. Because there's a lot of perks that come with it.
That's good.
And tune in to Dave's Doghouse tonight, 10 p.m. live.
That's good. All right, y'all. That's all we have for y'all today, and we'll see y'all the next episode.
Peace. Shout.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.